If you've just got an iPad and you're looking for some apps, I've got 5 must-have ones on this list today, so we're going to jump straight into it with GoodNotes 5. Now this app is your all-in-one notebook, and you can use this for pretty much any scenario. You could use it for anything from studying, a journal, a calendar, or just a basic to-do list, or something just to jot down random notes. Now you can get the free version, however I would say the best thing to do would actually just be spending the extra £8 to £10 if you're going to be using this regularly, and then that way you actually have the full version of the app and you're not restricted in any manner. Like I said, the app is actually really good for anything from studying to pretty much any other topic. It's effectively just a notebook on steroids because it's on your tablet, so you kind of have all the creative freedom you want, the same way you would have full creative freedom if you just had loads of pieces of paper and then a pen. My girlfriend mainly uses it as a planner and also to use it as a habit tracker, so you can kind of use it for whatever you want and just use it, like I said, like a journal for example. A lot of people I would say could use this as a bullet journal in a way instead of having a physical one. Overall, I'd still advise saying like having a physical version is always optimal if you can. However, if you've just got your iPad and you're looking to actually make use of everything, including having an Apple Pencil, then this is a great choice. Procreate is going to be the next one. It's £10.99 on the App Store, and honestly, if you've got an Apple Pencil and you do anything creative, then I'd highly recommend just getting this app, even if you aren't going to use it for a period of time. If you're going to do something creative, let's say like you want to jump into something like thumbnail design, then this is a great tool to use towards getting that goal achieved. But if you want to do something as simple as just sketching around and just drawing anything, then 100% Procreate is pretty much the best in the business for this sort of app. Like I mentioned, it's £10.99 on the App Store, but you get full utility of the Apple Pencil and you basically can create anything you want through Procreate. Highly recommend it as one of the best apps that you can possibly get, especially if you're an iPad Air or Pro user and you have an Apple Pencil. Obviously, you can still get it on a normal iPad or an iPad mini. However, in terms of the power usage and you want to use an Apple Pencil Gen 2, then that's only available on, let's say, the iPad mini, Air and Pro. I'd highly recommend it if you do have an iPad Pro or Air, purely down to the power consumption, but it will still run on other devices. All in all though, Procreate is one of the best apps out there on the iPad. The next app on my list is going to be MindNode, and all I ever use it for is brainstorming video ideas. It's pretty much just a massive brainstorming app. Now, Apple have released recently their own version of a brainstorming app. However, personally, I prefer the look of this one, and overall, I think it just looks better all round. That's pretty much all you care about when you're an Apple user, of the looks overall. But all in all, it's actually a really good app, especially for me anyway, who finds things like word association really useful for coming up with video ideas, because what I would basically do is jump around from topic to topic. I'll normally start off in the center. Let's say it is my Exiled channel. This is always the one that I would use as an actual just showcase of it. It would be something like Exiled, and then it would go to Game Pass. It would go to Microsoft, Game Pass, Bethesda, then it would go to Skyrim. Skyrim then has multiple different assets of what I can talk about. I could talk about the combat, the music, an overall video essay, the open world design, the way that you travel around in the game. So anything that I really want to, you can then utilize through that. And the mind map for me just allows me to do that in a easier, more confined manner that's not all over the place on a piece of paper where I'm going to run out of space. So yeah, if you are someone like me who actually finds utility in brainstorming, then I'd highly recommend this app all in all, because again, you can get it as well and transfer it and show your data across all the devices. So yeah, 100% would recommend this if you're like me and just enjoy doing that sort of thing to brainstorm ideas. Now the next app is available everywhere, but the only reason why it's made onto this list is because I've recently decided to play it a load, and that is chess. Highly recommend it. I pretty much spend all my free time right now doing it, and I'm basically using it in between every single bit of thing that I'm doing. For example, I'll sit there for like 3 hours doing a script, have chess up on the iPad or on the computer, and I'm just playing that all the time right now. All in all, would 100% recommend getting it on the iPad, especially the iPad mini. I find that the size of it on there is just kind of perfect. Now the last app on this list is going to be Adobe's Lightroom. Now yes, you do need the subscription for this, so 3 apps on this list you do have paid for versions. But Lightroom, I'd highly recommend paying that extra if you are someone who's massively into photography, and on pretty much every single iPad you can edit any photos. Obviously, you'll still need to get an adapter if you want to use, let's say, USB-C to SD card. However, many different cameras now, so for example, the Canon cameras, some of them have the utility to use their Canon app on the phone or on the iPad or on the computer, where when you're taking a photo on the camera, it will just upload it to their version and you can download it again. But all in all, I would highly recommend using using Lightroom purely because for myself, when I'm going traveling, I'd rather take my iPad with me, use Lightroom on that instead of lugging around my MacBook all the time to edit photos, when in reality, my iPad can easily go through it. So if you are someone who just enjoys photography or you're looking to get into it, and let's say you have a phone that has a decent camera, then you can always utilize Lightroom to make your photos look even better. Now those are the 5 apps that I'd highly recommend everyone gets when you get an iPad. Now yes, Lightroom I'd probably say is the only one on that list that I'd say is a bit wishy-washy of like, maybe you don't need it, maybe you do. It all depends on if you're into photography in any sort of manner. For myself, I use it for things like my thumbnails on this channel, and then as well as that, I spend time outside of this doing loads of photography, so I'd rather have it available to me to do things like my presets with and everything along the ride of video editing. With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, do subscribe to the Central Perspective channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.